Change is refinement. Change is growth. Change is movement. Change is opportunity.
Good day, I hope you're well. My name is Veliswati, and today I'd like to talk about the very important topic of change, or how to change. To become our best selves, we have to be willing to change. No one is born with all the tools necessary to become their best selves. However, some people are willing to do the work necessary in order to help themselves change and become their best selves. We change so that we can develop and maximize our potential. We change so that we are not pained by things we once had the power to overcome. And so today I'd like to share a few points of how you can help yourself change in order to become your very best self. The first point is self-awareness. To know thyself is the beginning of all wisdom, said Socrates. How do you understand yourself? How do you understand your thoughts, behaviors, and actions? Self-awareness is how a person understands their character, feelings, motives, and desires. Self-awareness is very important because you need to have a view or understanding of who you currently are in your thinking, behaviors, and understanding. The more we become self-aware, the easier it will be for us to know exactly where to start in helping ourselves. Self-awareness can be developed by our ability to observe ourselves. The more we can observe ourselves, the more we can be able to give ourselves critical feedback in terms of what we like and what we don't like about ourselves. The more we can observe our thoughts, the more we'll be able to see what type of thoughts come to us at what time. When we are in this position, we are better able to predict some of our future behaviors because we have understood the patterns of our thoughts. Self-awareness can help us gain understanding of our emotions. The more we give ourselves time to observe ourselves, the more we'll be able to predict and manage our emotions before they overwhelm us. Self-awareness can help us predict ourselves and therefore be better able to manage our responses because we are prepared for them. When you are not self-aware, you are not prepared for your own behavior. When you are not self-aware, you run the risk of responding to life in a chaotic or disruptive way. You want to be more self-aware so that you can predict and manage your behavior and responses. The more you are self-aware, the more you can self-determine. The second point is attitude. The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. That's by William James. So much is determined by our attitude. A lot of people want to believe that their experiences are unique to them. However, everyone has experienced victory, loss, love, hate, disappointment, and disloyalty. You name it, someone has experienced it. But what makes all those people different is their attitude towards the experience. One person experiences victory and thinks it's now time to relax. Another person experiences victory and now thinks it's now time to work harder. One person may experience loss and see it as a reason to give up. Another person experiences loss and see it as a reason to change strategy, but to keep going. We're all having similar experiences, but what makes it different is the attitude we have towards those experiences. That is attitude. Attitude is a settled way of feeling about something. If there is no strong emotion created by yourself after you have given yourself an instruction, how do you expect yourself to take strong action? How do you behave after you have given yourself an instruction? Do you feel that I must act immediately? Time is of the essence. Or do you feel like I can wait? There is no real rush. Without thinking about it, you have displayed your attitude towards your own instruction. Without thinking about it, you have displayed your attitude towards your own command. If you have a poor attitude towards learning, then you are not going to learn very much until you change that attitude. That's by Earl Nightingale. That ties in very well with the first point, that if you are nonchalant about being self-aware, then you are not going to learn anything about yourself. In order to help ourselves change, we have to be willing to change our attitude towards ourselves. We need to be able to observe what attitude we have about the effort that is needed in order to develop and help ourselves. It is our attitude towards life that determines life's attitude towards us. Take a look at your attitude towards life and understand whether it's helping you or not. Be very clear that it is you who is determining your attitudes towards life, because you get to respond to life, and that is your attitude. Life is not just happening to us. We are also responsible for how we respond. Remember, it is our attitude towards life that determines life's attitude towards us. The third point is timelines. Tell yourself you have a week to do something and it will take you a week. Tell yourself you have a day to do something and it will take you a day. You determine your pace towards your dreams. If you want to help yourself act, give yourself a timeline. A lot of people have dreams and goals, but no plan. And without a plan, all will remain dreams and goals. Timelines can help you with planning, because you now have a deadline to deliver to. When you don't have a deadline to deliver to, you don't have a sense of urgency, and therefore you don't feel pressured to act. There are a number of talks that talk about how creative we become when we are under pressure. When we don't have this pressure, we might become laxed towards our goals and not act. Timelines can help you eliminate anything that is not going to help you deliver to the plan. If you tell yourself that you have 2 weeks to do something, you have a stronger ability to eliminate anything that is not going to help you deliver to that 2 weeks. What's really helpful about timelines is that it helps you prioritize. Decide what you want, then put a timeline to it. Decide that this is what I want to produce and it needs to be produced by this time. Timelines can help accelerate change, especially if you feel strongly about the priority. Timelines can also foster self-respect, because if you can command yourself to do something by a certain time, then you build in yourself a person you can trust. When you trust yourself, you are able to look at yourself as a person capable of self-directing. You want to be able to direct yourself because your life is always following your instructions. Give yourself timelines. Determine the pace of your change. The fourth point is focus. Focus on yourself. You are the competition. If you want to change anything, then you must focus all your energy on the result that you want. The ability to remove all things that distract us in order to get ourselves into the right frame of mind is very important. There are so many things fighting for our time and attention today. Time and attention that could have been used to help us focus on the things we want to change. Our energy flows to where we give our focus. When we give our focus to something, our minds begin to help us with ideas and suggestions, because we have told our mind that this is very important, hence we are focusing on it. What is really amazing is that even when you are not looking for ideas and suggestions, your mind will still be trying to come up with ideas and suggestions, because you have conditioned your mind to believe that this is a priority, and so I always need you to be helping me with this. It might be tempting to try and change multiple things at the same time. However, this may strain your ability to sufficiently focus, and therefore you might end up not achieving any of the things that you want. You want to decide on a particular direction and remove anything that is not going to help you get that outcome. Nothing can be achieved without focus. Without focus, all our energy is scattered and without direction. When we focus, we give our energy direction. When we are trying to change, we are trying to get our energy to be focused in a direction of our desires. When we are trying to concentrate and focus our energy, we are trying to get our energy to help us gain our desires. The fifth and final point is your environment. There's a general consensus that says we drift in the direction of the 5 people we hang around with the most. And so the people you surround yourself with are very important. If you want to change, you have to look at the environment you are in and see whether or not the change you want is going to thrive or struggle in this environment. The more receptive the environment, the easier it will be for you to change. People are powerful. We still possess the ability to change ourselves even in the most difficult environments. However, what we don't want is to strain ourselves. We don't want to be fighting to change ourselves while also having to defend the necessity of that change to our environment. In the previous point, I spoke about the importance of focus, the importance of removing all distractions in order to help yourself focus. When your environment is set in its ways, you are going to run into a lot of resistance when you are trying to change. This resistance is designed to distract you and stop you from making a change. And so you need to understand the influence on your environment in your attempt to change yourself. We need to foster in ourselves the ability to sit alone in order to gain an understanding to what is happening to us mentally and emotionally. We may want to change, but it will be difficult for us to change when we don't have an understanding of what is happening inside of us. Be sure that you monitor your environment. It influences you greatly. It greatly influences your ability to change. But with all of that being said, you are still powerful. You still have the ability to change yourself regardless of what is happening in your environment. And that's it. I hope you found value in this video. If you found value in this video, please do the right things like share and subscribe to this channel for more awesome content. I am Velesh Ratia and I thank you for your time. Bye.